2, 3. Yay!
I'll
Welcome to the Blended Mommas channel where we talk about co-parenting. Maria's here to the side. The good, the bad, the funny, and the sad. I'm Sam, I'm the mom, and...
I'm Maria, stepmom.
She's over here in the corner. And then, of course, you got Carlos.
I'm Carlos.
Baby daddy.
Baby daddy. Yeah. So today we're actually going to be talking about some of the TikTok comments that we've been getting. Some were really positive and some were kind of sad. So Maria is actually going to be reading them off to us, and then me and Carlos are actually going to be talking about it.
Okay. Oh, I wish my husband's ex would have thought like you. She was very rude. She told her son, now you're not the baby. Dad won't pay attention to you anymore.
What's your opinion on that? I want to hear your opinion.
Well, I think that's something, especially around the time Jaden was gonna be born.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were going through a lot.
Yeah, we had a pretty big rough patch, to say the least. But yeah.
I think that. Well, actually, not that time. This time around, I felt like maybe you'll feel that way, you know? Like you'll feel like I won't pay as much attention to Jaden.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I feel like it's a reasonable way to think, because like it actually happens, you know? Like I'm sure there's a lot of guys that happens to, you know, and maybe not intentional, maybe not intentional, but that's the reason why I made an effort to spend more time with Jaden right before the baby was born, because I knew I was gonna be so held up on him that I wasn't gonna be able to spend time with Jaden.
Yeah.
So I made the effort.
Yeah, made more of an effort than anything.
And that way it showed you like I'm trying to spend more time with her to show her, and that's really all you care about, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that was like a little bit of my fear, just like, oh God, like how is this gonna work out? Where I was like, okay, she isn't really the baby anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think
she had to adjust to being the older sibling. I think that was my fear.
It's a reasonable fear, because she feels it. She felt it, you know, like
she did.
Like she felt a little like, oh, like a lot of the attention isn't with me anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then like for me being like, I had a younger sibling that's literally around the same age difference between her and Pinto, where it was just like 9 to 10 years apart. So it was like, well, I mean, I never really felt that with my own dad though, that I was going to be like, I'm his baby. But it was pretty much like I wasn't the baby anymore. So yeah, we actually did get like a lot of positive comments though on the video with me and Pinto, where I'm holding him and everything like that. This one I kind of liked. It was I wish the ex from my man would act the same. She doesn't care about her daughter's little sister at all. So I'm assuming it's, you know, she has the kid, and then like, you know, the bonus daughter doesn't even know like her little sister at all. Like what would your intake be on that? Like, do you think like the dad is a little bit at fault with that?
Wait, what
Like, wish the ex from my man, so her man's ex, would act the same. She doesn't care about her daughter's little sister at all. Like, do you think it's like her man not like putting that boundary, like they have to spend time together? Do you think that's like important that men kind of take that role?
I think it's the lack of. I think it's it's just easy for a guy to kind of like step back in that situation, and just be like, well, like if she wants to spend time with her, that's on her. That's on her. That's up to her. You know, I can't force her. Blah blah blah. You know, well, you can't force her, but you could think about it and realize that your kid needs a relationship with their siblings. You know, like, and as a parent, you should be wanting that to happen. So you should make an effort to try to convince the mom. You know, like,
yeah.
for them to spend time together. Because it's important. You're just gonna. I don't know. I feel like if I were to grow up, knowing that I have another sibling, like a half sibling,
Like out there.
out there, like, and I don't know them because my parents didn't make an effort to build a relationship between me and them. Like I would feel like an empty, like something empty inside of me.
Yeah.
You know,
Like you don't really know like your
you
whole
don't know,
family. Like
yeah,
you
like
don't.
that.
Yeah, that I can, yeah, that I kind of agree with. Like, I think it's very important. Like, when I didn't see my little sister for like 8-9 years, I was like really sad because like me and her were close. So then when I found her like on Facebook like a long time ago, and I was like, no, that's not her. And then I wrote to her and I was like, baby, is this you? And she's like, I miss you. And I'm like, I broke down like a little bitch. But it was like important because I was close,
Yeah.
you know, to her and
Like before you had it.
yeah, before
Yeah.
you know, before that separation of like the 8 years or 8 or 9 years, I want to say, when we were separated, like literally no contact whatsoever from, you know, her mom and then my dad. Like it just like she literally just disappeared on me.
And it's so important because like growing up is hard enough. Like you trying to fit into whatever you're into, or like the people that you're trying to fit into, like growing up or like in middle school or in high school or whatever. Like it's hard enough. Like imagine like knowing that you have a sibling out there that maybe could totally understand what you're going through, and like, you know, be there for you. Like
Yeah.
like if you're going through a hard time and like knowing that you have a sibling out there and you don't have a relationship with them, like could that make it worse, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because you do, whenever you do have siblings and, you know, they do connect with you, or like regardless of the age difference or anything like that, I feel like you have someone that's there, like a partner that's there to like go through what you're going through.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is very important. You know, separating, the kids have nothing to do with the adult drama. So it's like when you see like parents like using their kid, like I never once used Jaden as like a bargaining tool or like anything like to threaten you or anything like that. Like that was like, no, I will never ever do that. Not saying that I went through that, but I've seen it. And it's like,
A lot of people do that.
I don't, yeah, and I've, you know, we
A lot
have
of
people
do
that we know that
I think
have done
I think we had a lot of conversations where we realized that the harder it is between us,
yeah,
like that the one that's gonna suffer is gonna be Jaden.
yeah, we've always agreed
Like
that
like we could butt heads whatever, like as long as we want, and because no matter what, like when you have a kid together, like just legally, at the very least, you have something to do with each other for 18 years.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So it's like, think about it. Like you really want to have shitty 18 years.
yeah,
You know, like,
miserable, bitter,
Like where you're fighting this person nonstop every year. You know, like
over the most stupidest shit instead of just like actually conversating with each other. And
it's
be
like you know
okay.
you guys are in this for 18 years. Like
Yeah.
might as well like try to team up and like take like
Try
like
and
it-
like
like
do it together.
Like no one, it's like nobody is happy about the situation. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Jaden's growing up without parents that are together. Like,
Yeah.
like the situation isn't good, you know?
yeah, exactly.
So might as well try to make the best out of it.
Yeah. I feel like with our situation, like, from how rough it was in the beginning, we always did try to at least come to a common ground where it's like, it's Jaden. It's Jaden. It's about Jaden. It's about Jaden. Regardless of, like, how angry I was at that time or how angry you were at that time, we always at least came to that one middle ground, which was, it was about Jaden. Like, if we can't come to an agreement with, like, what, you know, what she wears or, you know, who she's around or anything like that, I feel like me and you always kind of came to that agreement. There's only been a few times where we bumped heads, but it was just more or less like my stubbornness and your stubbornness just like clashed.
Well,
but in reality, we still made it about her.
From a guy's perspective, I could see where guys would be hesitant about creating a relationship like that, where like you guys broke up, so like you want to stay broke up. I don't want to get closer to you, you know, like. So like I could see where the hesitation is, where like how we used to go and have dinner with Jaden together.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys wouldn't do that because they're like I don't want her to have the wrong idea, you know? Which, like that's like, the whole point of you guys going out together is to show the child that you guys could be together as a family, you know, like maybe not together as like husband and wife, but like together as parents for
like a united front in a way
for the child, to show them like, yeah, we're a team for you, you know, like it doesn't matter, like we're not together, like that doesn't matter, we're still a team for you, you know.
I think that's where it kind of hits some people, especially with like some women, especially when they try to have like their exes like involved in the kid's life. I think it can go both ways, to be honest. It really can, where it's like the guy tries to be a part of like their child's life, and then, you know, the woman's just like, no, it's not going to work out. And it's like, well, he's not asking to spend time with you, he's asking to spend time with your kid, like your guys' kid. Like what's the big issue about that? Like it shouldn't even be an issue. Like at least they're trying. And like some of the people that I know, when they try to be a part of like their kid's life, their exes would take them to court, take them for everything that they're like, or what they're worth, but yet still have like visitations with like the supervised like visitations and everything like that. And it's like, did he ever do any harm to the kid? Like I don't understand that. Like I understand some people where, you know, they do have that and it was rough and you're just scared and you're protecting your child. But if it never was like that when you guys were together and you're just doing it because you're angry that he moved on or she moved on, it's like, why are you punishing the child for that? Like they had nothing to do with that situation at all. Like what's the point?
I think that was like one of my fears too. Like I can't even imagine like having like anything other than half, you know?
Yeah.
Anything less than half.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand. Like, there's a lot of situations where like you guys aren't very mature yet, maybe fucking teenagers still. You know?
Yeah.
And like it's easier for the guy because obviously the baby needs the mom.
Their mom a little bit more. Yeah.
It's easier for the guy to be like, I just want to live my life. Like I'm still young. Like, I just want to go off and do whatever, you know?
Yeah, like they're fine. They're with their mom. They don't need me. I feel like a lot of guys have that attitude, and like I said, it goes both ways though.
You just need to freaking think twice about it because it's gonna affect the kid growing up, like obviously. But like I can't imagine not seeing Jaden.
Like looking back at it now, like
yeah, like it would be so fucking hard. Like, and I knew that. Like I wanted it to be, like as easy between us as possible. Like, because I didn't want to go through all that. Like for myself, and I didn't want to put Jaden through that. You know?
Yeah. That was the one thing I didn't want to do. That's why we've never gone through court. It's always been a verbal agreement between me and him. And there were times where it was hard, where I felt like I wasn't making it easy. Not making it easy. Like I felt like I was making it difficult for him, for you to like come in and actually take on like that role. Like when we were doing only like 3 like just the weekend, every other weekend at first.
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning,
But
very
I feel
beginning.
like it was because like you didn't really trust me because she was like real little.
Yeah.
Which I understand, you know, I mean, we're teenagers. I'm like, well, we're not
We
teenagers.
weren't teenagers now,
We're in our,
but
like,
we were young.
We're very young.
Yeah, we were young.
And the first time having like full responsibility for freaking life, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, I
I've always been
understand.
around kids, so it was not easier for me to, but it was. I was used to it in some ways, and then for you, I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know.
I understand,
Like,
'cause,
I was
Because
scared.
like at the same time, I was like, man, I don't know if like.
If you could do it.
I don't know if like I should be responsible, you know, for this for this kid.
I gotta
you know?
take care of a human
Like
right now.
I'm barely functioning myself. You know? Like,
You know, that, I mean, like I said, like, I think when it comes to moms being moms, you do mature a lot faster because right when
Yeah.
you become pregnant, you're just like, okay, I have to get this together. And I got, like, everything together I felt like I was together at that time. And looking back at it now, I'm like, no, I wasn't. Like, what the fuck was I doing? But at the same time, like, I was her mom and I would die if anything ever happened to her. I was very paranoid of who I left her with. Like, in the beginning, me and you would always send each other pictures, and I was like, okay, I need to make sure my daughter's alive right now. Can you send me a picture?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know, but it was just because I missed her, and
Oh
it was
my
like,
God.
I wasn't used to it. You'd be like, give me a second. I'm like, oh my God, what's taking him so long? And it would be like just 2 minutes past. I'm like, this motherfucker is ignoring her right now. So it was just like that brain where I'm like, oh my God, is she alive though? And then like when I would see a picture, I'm like, oh, okay, she's fine. Okay, she's alive. And then hours later, can I get another one? And then it got to the point where even you would ask me, and I'm like, fuck, man, what are you fucking bugging me for? And then after a while, I stopped sending pictures because I was like pissed. I forgot why, but I was like mad, and I think it was like something that happened, like an argument me and you had, and I was like, fuck him, I'm not sending him shit no more. And I was like, he doesn't appreciate anything I do. I think that's what it was. It felt like I wasn't being appreciated because I didn't go to court. I didn't, I wasn't being like how, everybody else that we knew were, and I'm like, he doesn't even, like, he's not even thankful.
I know.
And in reality,
it's funny because like you had that thought, and I had the thought like she should be thankful that I'm not like those other guys were like just abandoning their kids, you know?
See, and I never knew that. I never knew that. But, like, it made me, like, angry. And I'm like, no, fuck that. And then, like, the next day, I remember you texted me and you were just like, why didn't you send me any pictures? I was like, well, you're off, like, I think you were, like, at the movies drinking. Or I don't know. It was something. And I was like, nah, like, go be with your friends. I was like, you didn't even bother to ask. I'm not going to send you any if you're not going to ask me. Like, I felt like that was me kind of being petty because it was like I could have done it, but at the same time I was like, nah, like he doesn't appreciate anything, like fuck him. And then that's when we started adding like the days, like more days to like your weekend, where it got like, okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday we were off, and then it got to, okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday he was there. And then like we just started adding days where it just became like a full 1 week on, 1 week off, like before she even hit a year. And that was so hard for me to do.
Really?
Oh my God. I was like,
yeah,
I'm like, I can't do it. I don't want to. And then like my mom was one, she's like, he's asking, why are you being like that? I'm like, because it's my baby. Like, I don't want to share her.
And then I felt like she's just trying to do this so she could say like, oh, like I don't take care of her as much as she does, so she gave me child support. Yeah. And like all these thoughts are going through my head, you know.
That's probably why we were like always at least like arguing in some way.
Like I just thought
we
just thought that we were just out to get
each other. Yeah, and in reality, and we never really talked about it in the beginning. Like we did when I was pregnant, but we didn't after we had her. It just got to like where it was just hard because I did have to have her because I was trying to breastfeed at that time, and like she did need me a little bit more, and that whole entire. Because if you had seen in our other videos when I talked about like the blood clot that I had, I was very just attached to her. So I felt like I couldn't share her. Not that I didn't want to. It's like I couldn't do it. Like it was so hard because I went through so much with her. And I felt like you weren't
Especially
even
with
there.
your first baby.
Yeah, you know, and your first baby, and I felt like you weren't there to support that I was carrying your child, and I was like, I'm literally almost died, and he's not even here to be like, are you okay? You know, that's how it felt. And like in reality, it was.
I remember when that happened at work, and like they told you, or Lindsay told you, like, oh, that's you didn't go to the
I
hospital.
went to work.
I remember when you told me, and then you left work or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like before you left work, maybe you were complaining about the.
I think I was complaining because I was.
Maybe you
on
were
that
complaining
plane.
about the pain.
Yeah. Oh God, it was
And
so
like
painful.
how we're still in my mind where she's just trying to make excuses so I could go and see her, or like spend time together, or something just
Something like that.
just
yeah.
make an excuse to communicate with me, you know?
Mhm.
Like that was my mindset then. you know?
Yeah. And that was like
And
my
it's so
mindset
it's
too.
so
I was
fucked up
fuck,
because like the next time I hear you're in the hospital,
I had to be in
You
there for like
almost
3
died.
days and I almost
I'm
died.
like, oh damn, she wasn't lying.
I didn't know
She
that.
wasn't lying.
No. No, it was I did want you there to experience it with me, but it's not like I wanted us to be like
Yeah.
together, because I was the
I get
one
it.
that
It's a
told
big thing, you know?
Yeah, I was the one that told you, like, don't tell me babe, don't say I love you, when we had said that we were gonna try and work it out. And I was like, no, like, it was very toxic towards the end of our relationship, where it was, I think we were just staying out of comfort because we just knew each other for so long, but it wasn't because like we were in love with each other. Like we loved each other, but it was like he's my friend, you know. It was more like that. And I think like I was hesitant and I was angry because like I tried explaining it, but I felt like I wasn't explaining it correctly. That like it wasn't because I wanted you to be with me. It's like I wanted you to be there for me.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's where a lot of the arguments always had started. It was like you had that one opinion, but I was like, no, I just need you there. Like I'm literally single doing this alone.
The moral of the story is to be honest.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, just to be honest, it's one thing if you do feel like, okay, like I want my person there, like he's, you know, if you like you're still in love with them or if you're still in love with her, be honest about it. But it's like at the same time, if you're going to be honest and they're honest, don't get hurt from that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you probably didn't want to be honest because you didn't want to like hurt my feelings. But at the same time, I was like, no, just fucking tell me the truth. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You know, that's all I've ever asked is just be honest with me. I can take it. I'll be hurt, but I can take it because then I know where I stand in that kind of, you know, thing. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of fucked up is that they're not being honest with each other and like setting that kind of boundary. And
They
it's
just don't like the whole, like, the consequence of the honesty, you know?
Mhm.
They don't want to have to deal with whatever comes
Yeah.
after the truth is said, you know?
right? Because then it's like, okay, you got bad blood, you hate each other, but at least like you could get it out.
But I think people respect honesty.
Yeah.
And as bad as it seems in the beginning, or like the truth is said, like I think you guys gain more respect for one another, you know?
Yeah.
Just knowing like it fucking sucks, but at least I know like that's
At
true.
least you know where you stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you know where your guys' relationship lie. And then there was another one I had seen. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, this one. I like this one, actually. Give me 1 second. My ex hasn't even told our kids about his other kids, just had one and she has no idea. I can't imagine getting to this point with them. So what would be your take on like that part? Like what do you think is going through
I think it's just
that
easy,
guy's head?
It's easier for them to kind of just like brush it under the rug and like keep it separated and like not make the effort.
Yeah.
But like that's just because he's being selfish about it, you know. He's not really thinking about his own kids.
Yeah. Like he's not thinking about like both sides. Pretty
Like
much.
I don't want to make that. I don't want to make the the effort to make that relationship with that baby mom.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids can hang out together because I don't want anything to do with the baby mom. Maybe, you know?
Yeah.
Or like I have enough to do with the baby mom. I don't want any more to do with the baby mom. You know.
Do you think that's just like someone being stubborn, or do you think that's someone like that's just that where it's like their relationship was so bad that like he just can't?
No, I
Go
just think
past
it's
it.
like, I mean, cause like there's some freaking. It takes a level of maturity and self confidence.
Yeah.
Know, like you got to be mature enough to know that I'm doing this for my kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my kids.
Yeah, kids. Yeah.
I'm doing it for them. I'm not reaching out and making a better relationship with the mom for any other reason, you know, like, and no matter what anyone else thinks, like it doesn't matter. Like I know the truth, you know, like I know the real reason, and it's a good reason, you know, like for the kids, you know.
Yeah. I think it's that whole entire like what you were explaining earlier, like it's the fear of like the baby mama like wanting to like be a part of it because she still wants them,
Yeah.
and then like him thinking like, oh no, she still wants to be with me, and it's like
Yeah.
no, like everybody wants that kind of family where, you know, it's like similar to this, and I've even seen it when I was younger too with one of my friends' family, like the dad, stepmom, mom, the mom's sister, 2 kids. We're all like working together, and like when I'd seen that when I was in high school, I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking cool, you know. And then like my parents are separated. I mean, my parents were divorced.
Well, people,
You know?
a lot of people think like, well, I don't want that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want a relationship like that. You know, like I don't want to always have a relationship with them. But that's because you're just thinking about yourself. You know,
Yeah.
you're not thinking about the whole fucking point that you're considering a relationship is because of the kids. You know.
Exactly. I think that was like one of my only ones was like, it's for my kid, not for me, for my kid.
Ready?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Whatever.
we didn't do it. I know.
Okay.
Whatever.
How was that? I had to go upstairs with the baby, so how was
Yeah,
that?
it was good. It was good. There was a lot of things I didn't know he felt. And there was things that he probably knew that I felt because I always told him. But
Yeah.
it was good, though. I honestly think having him on here a little bit more, putting his input would be really good, actually. Yeah.
I think so too. And then whenever you guys want a baby daddy input, you can get it. Or if we feel like there's a situation we read and we need his input, that would be great.
Yeah.
To have him on there. What else did I want to say? Oh, I know you guys are talking about all the TikTok comments. We literally just got one. Oh, I didn't have my phone with me.
Oh.
But she said, as a kid coming from separated parents, you have no idea how much this will mean to both of them. Talking about like, you know, her
Yeah.
baby and my baby. So I don't know. I love that.
Yeah.
Just like there's the reason behind all this really is for the kids, and you know, luckily it does allow us to have an extra support person. Like, think about what you'd be doing if we weren't close.
Nothing.
You know how lonely, and then you get to see her more.
Nothing.
You get to see her more because you're over more. You know,
I think
like,
that's the one thing that I'm kind of liking about everything too. The reason why we get along and that, you know, me and him get along and the baby loves me and everything is like I get to spend more time with my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, that's me being selfish, but
like
it.
in such a positive way.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's such a cool plus to everything else going on. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say.
Yeah, and all the comments seriously on TikTok are just amazing. Like just seeing all the support that we have, and like it's intense.
Very
'cause
cool.
We literally keep getting like nothing but positive. Like
She doesn't know how to take a compliment.
I don't.
And that
It's
video
very hard.
has like all compliments for her, so she's like,
I'm like, oh my god.
me?
I'm like, no. Like some of them I want to reply like, you don't know. Like, but in a way I'm like, no, like I should learn how to take a compliment.
Yeah.
I really just don't know how.
In this situation, like you are like, you know, you're doing the right thing. So yeah.
I can't take it. I can't.
And
But
so
if-
this is us not drunk, like our last video.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you didn't watch our last video,
You need to, because it's funny.
watch it.
It's funny as hell, honestly. And we are going to be trying to do, like I said, more videos too with me and her, and then of course like having Carlos come on with us as well.
Yeah, but we're
Um,
really having fun with all the shorts and the reels and
Yeah,
TikToks.
the
and stuff.
TikToks are actually a lot of fun. Like I didn't think it was going to be this much fun. I'm literally so awkward.
I was so hesitant to make a TikTok for us, but it's been awesome.
Honestly, it's a lot of fun. Like just
Yeah.
like coming over here and be like, all right, what are we going to do today? You know,
Yeah.
but it kind of, like I said, it kind of feels like awkward when we're trying to like do them at first. I'm like, oh my god, we look stupid. But
That's
when
why we got drunk last weekend.
that's why we got drunk, because we were like, all right, if we're gonna do some good ones, we gotta get a
Loosen
little
up.
drunk a little
Yeah.
bit. But then we got too drunk.
We got Halloween was rough.
Because the next day was Halloween.
It was
and
rough. That was
Trick or treating, hungover, not the business. Like
no.
I did not think I was gonna feel like
I
that.
didn't. That's why I was like, "You guys go. I'm gonna sit."
I
inside
know.
with the
I was
baby."
like all dying. I was like, okay, I think I can do it. I think I can do it.
So,
yeah, but it was fun though. Definitely, we are gonna be like doing more, you know, TikToks. We are gonna be posting them to our Instagram and, you know, our YouTube channel and everything like that. So, yeah, if you have any comments or anything like that, if you have any questions, just please feel free to follow us and subscribe and continue to watch our story.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.